Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hey there, Chinese Pod listeners. Welcome to another elementary lesson here on Chinese Pod. My name is Greg.
大家好，我是 Vera.
Okay, Vera, today we're talking about the Chinese New Year.
New Year is coming.
It is very soon. We're talking about the zodiac signs today, in particular next year's zodiac sign, which is
马
MA third tone, which is
horse.
horse. The year of the horse is coming right up. So in this lesson, you'll be able to learn about how to wish people well, as well as how to talk a little bit about the year of the horse.
是的，
Okay, let's listen.
对话第一遍，
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
第二遍，
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
第三遍，
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
And now the translation.
爷爷送你一匹马，
Grandpa, I'm giving you a horse.
爷爷送你一匹马，
Grandpa, I'm giving you a horse.
爷爷送你一匹马。为什么要送我马？
Why are you giving me a horse?
为什么要送我马？
Why are you giving me a horse?
为什么要送我马？因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
Because it's the year of the horse next year. I'm wishing for your good health.
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
Because it's the year of the horse next year. I'm wishing for your good health.
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。哦，谢谢。
Oh, thank you.
哦，谢谢。
Thank you.
哦，谢谢。爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
Dad, I'm also giving you a horse. I'm wishing you wealth.
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
Dad, I'm also giving you a horse. I'm wishing you wealth.
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。谢谢，
Thank you.
谢谢，
Thanks.
谢谢。妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
Mom, this is your horse. I'm wishing you youth.
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
Mom, this is your horse. I'm wishing you youth.
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。谢谢。那你的马呢？
Thank you. What about your horse?
谢谢。那你的马呢？
Thank you. What about your horse?
谢谢。 那你的马呢？我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
My horse is here. I want to study well.
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
My horse is here. I want to study well.
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。哈哈哈，
Ha ha ha.
哈哈哈，
Ha ha ha.
哈哈哈。
Okay, so for an elementary learner, this might be a little bit difficult, but it's okay. We'll walk you through each and every one of the more challenging characters in this lesson. Okay, starting with the first line.
爷爷送你一匹马。
Okay, good. So the first word we want to look at here is
送，送。
S-O-N-G, fourth tone. And this means to give, right?
对 ，so give somebody something。
And more specifically, to give somebody something as a gift.
是的，
Okay, so it always has a gift connotation.
对的。
Good. And then next, we're talking about the animal.
一匹马，一匹马。
So the animal of the year, the horse. And in this case, you'll notice that horse is a very special measure word.
匹，匹。
P-I, third tone.
是的，
But it's important to remember because both the measure word and horse are third tone. So this means that the first third tone changes to second tone.
是
So how would we read them together one more time?
一匹马，一匹马。
Okay, so one horse. So you notice that P-I word changes to second tone.
对，
Okay, moving on, what's the next sentence?
为什么要送我马？
Okay, so the very beginning, this word why. How do we say that?
为什么？为什么？
W-E-I fourth tone, S-H-E-N second tone, M-E neutral tone.
是，
And this is simply why.
对，
It's just easily understood as why in English. Okay, so why are you giving me a horse? Next, the next line is a little bit of a doozy, but we'll walk you through it.
因为明年是马年。
Okay, let's start with this part. So this sentence means because it's the year of the horse next year. So how do we say because?
因为，因为，
Y-I-N first tone, W-E-I fourth tone. And again, very simply understood as because.
对，
Okay. And then next year,
明年，明年。
M-I-N-G second tone, N-I-A-N second tone. So this means next year. You'll actually also notice if you've learned the word for tomorrow, it's the same
明天 the same 明
ming, the
对。
same first character.
对。
So it just means the next.
是
And then finally, the year of the horse.
马年，马年。
M-A third tone, N-I-A-N second tone.
对，
So literally horse year.
是的，we use that for the like animal year, like 狗年。
The year of the dog.
对，we are all familiar with dog, and this year is 蛇年。
The year of the snake.
对，
Okay.
蛇 is snake, so 蛇年。
Okay, very good. How about the next sentence?
祝你马上身体好。
So I'm wishing for your good health.
This is a little bit tricky.
It is a little bit tricky. Let's start with the easier parts. The first character in the sentence,
祝，祝，
Z-H-U fourth tone. So this is to wish somebody.
对
And generally speaking, it's used to wish things like good health. You heard in the dialogue good health, wealth, youth. It can also be used more generally for specific
Happy birthday?
holidays.
对，也可以。
All right, so the first character in the sentence is
祝，祝，
Z-H-U fourth tone, and this means to wish someone.
对的，
And so this is used mostly in like wishing someone well, right?
是的。
So it's like we wish you good health, wealth, youth, all these things we heard in the dialogue.
对。
It can also be used to wish someone a happy holiday.
对的。
For
or
example,
happy birthday.
or happy birthday actually is the most common. So how would we say wish you a happy birthday?
祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐。
Okay, again, to wish you a happy birthday. Or also to wish you a Merry Christmas.
祝你圣诞节快乐，祝你圣诞节快乐。
So to wish you a Merry Christmas. And then maybe one more. How do you say to wish you a Happy New Year?
祝你新年快乐，祝你新年快乐。
To wish you a Happy New Year. Okay, good.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
And this is where it starts to get a little bit more tricky. What's the next word we want to go over?
马上，马上。
Okay, so this is probably one of the most important words in this dialogue. It means immediately, generally speaking.
对，是的，
Okay, but it actually is literally on a horse.
对的。
The first character is,
马
which means horse, as we learned before. And then the second character is
上 on
on.
对吧？
Okay, so on a horse, which is pretty vivid imagery. You can think if you're on a horse, you can go a lot faster and get anywhere almost immediately.
对，usually we won't use the sentence structure 祝你马上 something.
Right, but in this case, because it's the year of the horse, it seems appropriate to use this sort of word. And it's also very popular nowadays,
对
right?
的
Everyone's wishing each other 马上 something, something,
对
something.
的
Okay, cool. And then finally, to say good health.
身体好，身体好。
S-H-E-N first tone, T-I third tone, H-A-O third tone.
So the word is 身体，身体
So this is the first thing to look at. This means body, actually. And then, of course,
好
how is good. So
对
good body, but this doesn't mean fit, right?
不是
Has nothing to do with how your body appears or if you're strong or not.
It's healthy.
It just means healthy.
对
If your body is good, you should be healthy.
是的，身体好。
Okay, moving on. So the next person to receive a horse is the father. And what does the child say to his father?
爸爸也送你一匹马，
Okay, I'm also giving you a horse. How do we say also?
也
Y-E third tone. So I'm also giving you a horse.
是的，
And what is he wishing his father?
祝你马上有钱，祝你马上有钱。
So I'm wishing you wealth, or to get wealth immediately.
对，
And the word in question here is,
有钱，有钱，
so literally to have money. To have is,
有
and then money.
钱，
Okay, so together it's Y-O-U third tone, Q-I-A-N second tone.
对
So to have money, or to be wealthy, or to attain wealth.
对
It's very flexible, actually.
对，not just have a little。
Yes, it's not just saying to have some money, it means to be wealthy.
对，
Okay, cool. And then finally, the final horse is for the mom.
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻，
Okay, mom, this is your horse. I'm wishing you youth. So,
年轻。
nian qing, N-I-A-N second tone, Q-I-N-G first tone.
对，
And this means youth.
是的。But I want to mention that I don't think we use that phrase a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like wish somebody like 祝你马上年轻。I think this is just for the 马年。
So they want to just use the ma shang in as many ways as possible.
对对对，
So would you normally even say 祝你年轻, like to wish you youth?
这个好像可以。
Okay.
对
All right.
，because like immediately it's so weird.
It's a very strange visual in your mind, like all of a sudden becoming really young or something. It's strange. Okay, so I guess it's not super common, but then again, it's just for the year. It's being festive, a
对
festive
，it's
use.
like popular.
Okay, cool. And then how does the mom respond?
谢谢。那你的马呢？
Okay, so there's one character we want to focus on here.
那
So you may have heard this character before to mean there
or that
or that. But in this case, it's like then.
是的。
So it's like, then what about this? So thank you. And then
那你的马呢？
then what about your horse? Okay, good. And then finally, the child responds.
我的马在这里，我的马在这里，
My horse is here. So how do we say here?
这里，这里。
Okay, so that means here. And the operative verb here is to be located at, which is
在，在
Z-A-I fourth tone.
Yeah.
So, of course, in English, you wouldn't say, my horse is located here. But in Chinese, we have to use the 在 someplace.
对的，在这里，
Okay,
在这里。
very good. And then the second sentence.
我要马上学习好。
Okay, I want to study well. So how do we say want?
要
Y-A-O, fourth tone. So in this case, this means to want.
我马上学习好。
I want to study well immediately.
对，
Or in the future, I guess. So how do we say to study well?
学习好，学习好，
Okay, so X-U-E second tone, X-I second tone is,
学习，学习。
and this means to study.
对，
And then at the end again is 好. And this 好 is sort of the same usage as we said for
身体好。
身体好, good health. So in this case, it means to study well.
对，you can use some other words and then 好
Okay.
for the same like structure.
For example,
工作好，
so to work well,
对，我
to
可以
work productively.
Yeah, I can like wish you 祝你工作好。
So like to have success at work. So maybe to get a raise or to get a promotion or something like that. Okay, cool. So that's it for the dialogue. Let's listen to it 3 more times.
对话第一遍。
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
第二遍。
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
第三遍。
爷爷，送你一匹马，
为什么要送我马？
因为明年是马年，祝你马上身体好。
哦，谢谢。
爸爸也送你一匹马，祝你马上有钱。
谢谢。
妈妈，这是你的马，祝你马上年轻。
谢谢。那你的马呢？
我的马在这里，我要马上学习好。
Okay, so Vera,
Hey.
I had a question. We mentioned all of these different things that we can wish people, right? Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, and Happy New Year.
是啊，
For Happy New Year, does this mean the calendar New Year or does it mean Chinese New Year?
You mean 新年快乐
Yes,
I would say it depends.
it depends.
For example, if it's in December, so probably it's for the calendar one.
Okay,
新年快乐 January 1st.
okay.
But if it's already in January, then it could be Chinese New Year. 新
Okay.
年快乐
So it's very much dependent on context, like so much of Chinese.
Right.
This is also dependent on context.
And I think if you want to be clear, then it's better to say 春节 for Chinese New Year. 所以 I would say 春节快乐
Okay, Happy Spring Festival.
对 then
Okay.
that'll be clear.
Okay, very good. But if you'd also say 新年快乐, I think people understand, right? At
对
this point?
No problem.
Okay, okay, awesome. All right, so hopefully this clears up some things and has taught you some useful vocabulary for talking about the new year and how to wish your Chinese friends good wishes, health, etc.
对 and wish you, our users, 马年快乐
马年快乐. Okay, we'll see you next time. 再见.
再见
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
2365.
So just go to
www.chinesepod.com/2365
and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/2365.